Hey everybody, it is Saturday. I am in College Station, Texas. I just got off the Jason Cisneros, the Chairman Project / Built to Exit podcast, and this was hard. This was a tough one. Pretty much, he's talking about making sure that you have your that basically your plumbing. Basically, what he's saying is your system that feeds business to you set up so you're not out there having to hustle, to every month to get new business. Okay. And I'm that's what I do. Okay. And I'm thinking back in my life when I had a system where I had business coming at me, and it was when I was in the mortgage business, and I did it a couple times, and it wasn't sophisticated. I Man, it's nutty. I had a job as a lead generator for like the largest construction company in California, and they had a division that built sunrooms, garden rooms, patio rooms, and so I was a lead generator for them, and I was the top lead generator for them for all of Southern California, and I then when I transitioned into the mortgage real estate world, mostly as a debt management consultant, where they were leveraging equity to pay off strategic debt that created the largest margin of savings and throwing that into a debt roll up strategy and all that. I had like 300 and some names of people that owned houses, right? And so I kicked it right off the bat, right? And then the next phase, I worked for a broker who had you well, a couple brokers, and I would go through their bone pile. What I mean by that, in the mortgage world, you have to hold on to files for 3 years, and so I'd go through the old files and say, "Hey, introduce who I am," and I would reload them for refinances, right? And then I went on my own, and it was dry for a bit, all right. And what happened was, is I did, and this is what Jason was talking about on the show. He did something really good. So they had just changed the laws on redlining, and that means that was when lenders could discriminate certain areas because of their demographics. And so the area of Logan, the barrio in San Diego, had got opened up, and there was two brothers. They were Filipinos. One was a real estate agent, the other one was a contractor. And the guy, the buyer's agent, contacted me, and this guy was buying, had a good job, and had good credit. He was buying a 2 unit property in Logan, and that these two brothers had bought, rehabbed, and flipped in less than 6 months. And I found a lender that would give me the new value, which was hard, and I found an appraiser that would give me the new value, not only the new value in 6 months, but the property was right on the line. Right across the street was another zip code, Golden Hill, and he used those comps in Golden Hill to give me value on the property in Logan, and it was an appraisal review for 8 days, but they funded that loan. And once that happened, man, my phone just started ringing. Then that's what Jason was talking about. Doing, you know, not just being the best, but being the only. All right. So with what I do now, focusing on the small businesses, not a lot of financial professionals are doing that. Okay, it that they're slow. It's doing a 401k plan for somebody. Then the profit sharing, the cash balance strategies, the uh, the group health group. That takes they take forever to do. The one I'm doing right now, right? They're not ready yet. Okay, but I got a infinite banking strategy from the owner, and I did two big term policies for his key employees, right? And those were quick. All right, those happened fast. Okay, so I'm looking at my son. I just got off the phone with my son. My son is really handy. He used to do home remodeling in San Diego. He did maritime construction in Pensacola. Now he's back in San Diego doing HVAC and electrical. And in the summertime, he makes a lot of money, right? And I'm like, dude, you've got to be. So I borrowed from Jason Cisneros, right? Talking about the entrepreneur, the manager leader, and the artist. And my son is one of them freaky people that's like fits all three categories. Okay, he's a crazy, amazing artist, right? He's very technical. Okay, um, he's super smart, right? Um, he he's very charismatic, right? He's a go getter. Okay, probably the weakest part of him would be the entrepreneurial side. Okay, so I was like, you may need to find somebody that can help be out there hunting for the deals for you. Partner with them, fix that property up, flip it, fill your policy. Okay, max fund that policy. We'll get you another one if you need one, right? And go look for another one. Okay, and so I've been trying to target doing presentations for trade schools, especially HVAC techs. Okay, but you know, there's all they you know, I'm not the only one trying to do that. Okay, there's other people doing that, but in I'm helping. I just got a young kid from my church. Came here from Pennsylvania. He was trying to be a journeyman electrician there, and I got him set up with a trade school. They had an appointment, got his FAFSA for him. Not only they got a grant for him, enough to pay for all his tuition, and set him up with a part-time job in HVAC while he's going to school. Got another girl. She knows a little bit of CAD. She was trying to be a civil engineer in Chicago, moved here to Houston, and she's been doing loss prevention at Ross, right? But she knows how to do CAD. Well, I'm setting her up with a training center. There's advanced training. They're trying to be set up to get their own credentials so they can be a trade school. But right now they do advanced training, and CAD is one of the things that they do advanced training in. And I told them what I do. So I want to help people make more money. When they make more money, then they can invest with me. And he said, what you ought to do is you ought to start a internship program, apprenticeship program. Okay, and so I'm telling this to the guy from our church, right? Who's the there's a company in Brenham, Texas. They're called construction company, but they do more manufacturing than construction. And the owner's getting up in years, and so they're basically partnered with our church, right? And they're just going to ramp up, and they need a whole bunch of people. They actually have a guy that teaches at one of the colleges there. They're actually starting a apprenticeship program, right? And they need like 36 names, 36 people from the that have these skills in CAD drawing, in water jet and plasma jet cutting, all these manufacturing skills that they get from this trade school, right? And I'm marrying them up, okay? And and I didn't. Well, the work I had to do was like that. God just put that on me, gave it to me, right? Okay, but that's you know basically creating a pipeline for me of people that are going to be making more money, that I can help them when they're planning, to be able to put that money away, to pay less in taxes, right, and be able to plan their exit, right, and so that's when I'm listening to Jason, I'm like, okay, this is what I got going, but I want to get it going quicker. I wanted to go. So there's a certain type of person. These are the people, right, that I do really well with, and those are people that they're just getting started in their careers, right, and they're gonna make more money than they ever made, right, and I want to help them get that budget done, right. Um, Basically, like I told my son, right, to be intentional with everything in their life. Okay, he's even talking about, you know, getting his menu for his diet. The biggest thing that's holding him back is eating out. I see that so often, especially single people, that they're spending crazy amount of money eating out. Okay, and if they were to, and it's hard, you know, to find good food, healthy food on a budget, okay, if you're eating out all the time, right? This is going longer than I wanted to go, right? Um, if you want to start a business, or if you have a business and you want to get it to the next level, you got to tune into the Jason Cisnero podcast. Go to buildtoexit.biz, right, and sign up, and you'll get the recordings and the transcripts from these podcasts from Jason Cisneros, right, and in I have his course, right. I actually modified his course to follow the temple process, um, and it fits perfect right in there, right. But I'll help you, okay. I'll help you, and ideally, you should take him on as a consultant if you're serious about starting a business, or if you got a business and you want to step it up. I will introduce you to Jason Cisneros. All right. Have a great Saturday.